Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today, I will be explaining the powers and abilities of Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is the absolute master of Kung Fu. He is often stated to be the greatest hand-to-hand combatant in the Marvel Universe. He was raised to be the ultimate assassin and elite operative by his evil father, Zhang Zu. Zhang Zu was a powerful sorcerer in 18th century China. He worked alongside his brother, who was also a sorcerer, Zhang Yi, to create the Five Weapons Society, an organization of people who used martial arts and magic to protect ancient China. During a terrible battle with the demon Dormammu, Zhang Yi was killed. Without Zhang Yi's influence, Zhang Zu was corrupted by power and greed, and turned the Five Weapons Society into a criminal organization. The 5 parts of the Five Weapons Society were hammers, sabers, daggers, staffs, and deadly hands. And it was in the house of the deadly hand in which Shang-Chi was raised. Here Shang-Chi trained his body to physical perfection and learned numerous combat forms, becoming master of the deadly hand. When Shang-Chi realized that his father was evil, he struck out on his own and became a hero. Shang-Chi dedicated himself to shutting down his father's criminal empire. At first he worked with MI6 to do it, but then he worked with Captain America's Secret Avengers and fought in a battle that led to his father's demise. As for Shang-Chi's abilities, we'll start with his skills. Shang-Chi is a living weapon and is a master of martial arts. He was also trained in the ways of espionage and stealth. Shang-Chi has been shown to fight on equal ground with Steve Rogers. As here, in this fight scene, Cap lands a hit on Shang, and Shang lands a hit on Cap. Shang-Chi represents complete, total, utter self-mastery. Shang-Chi's will and self-mastery is so strong, he was able to resist Mr. Negative's mind control, even after being inverted by him. Shang-Chi has also trained himself in the art of harnessing Qi, which is an energy force that flows through all human beings and the universe. By channeling his Qi, Shang can do numerous amazing things, like enhance his agility to superhuman levels, allowing him to outmaneuver opponents very quickly. He can also use his Qi to increase his speed, to be able to do things like keep up with Spider-Man, take an enemy's gun and disassemble it right in front of him. He can even dodge bullets. Shang was also able to catch a bullet in between his fingers. Shang was even able to catch one in his teeth and spit it back at his opponent. Shang was even fast enough to rip Ares' sword straight out of his grip. Now to describe Shang-Chi's strength level. We'll start with his enhanced strikes. He can do things like punching through a hammer and a morning star. Other powerful strikes include being able to kick and punch a giant dragon, being able to knock around Wolverine, harm several Taote, punch down a metal door, and being able to use his bare hand to chop straight through a giant robot's leg. Lifting, Shang was able to pick up this fallen tree and use it as a melee weapon. He was also able to grab 2 rubies in his hands and smash them together so hard that they dissolved into dust. Shang-Chi has multiple Qi techniques and was able to use one to kick the Red Hulk so hard that he flew into a mountain. Qi can even increase his durability and stamina. He was able to meditate for 10 days straight without eating. He has mastered the ability of essentially turning off his pain receptors and being able to survive in an Arctic environment. He was able to survive a hit from the immortal Iron Fist. He was even able to survive an intense battle with Black Dwarf, the strongest member of Thanos' Black Order. During the battle, Black Dwarf asked Shang-Chi, "Why do you still stand?" To which Shang-Chi replied, "Does a tree fall from a slight breeze?" Shang-Chi also possesses psionic abilities, which he inherited from his mother. Shang-Chi's mother is from a group of people called the Killing Riders. They are a group of humans who were deemed worthy by the Jade Emperor to serve as gatekeepers between the passageway from Earth to Ta Lo. The group of people was given Killins to ride, and given a psionic link to control the Killins. Shang-Chi can use these psionic powers to communicate with loved ones and his dead relatives, such as his uncle Zhang Yi and his father Zhang Zhu. As for gear, Shang-Chi usually has no need for it. He does, however, make use of his bracelets, which he uses to deflect bullets and blades. Now, being the favorite son of his father and being trained to be the ultimate assassin, Shang-Chi is a master of all weapons, but he makes little use of them because he is a weapon. Although, at one point, during Shang-Chi's time as an Avenger, he wielded repulsor-charged nunchucks designed by Tony Stark to use in intense situations. Recently, Shang-Chi has acquired the 10 rings of the Jade Emperor. The Jade Emperor is the king of Ta Lo. Ta Lo is the home of the Chinese god pantheon. It is a realm very similar to that of Asgard and Olympus. And the Jade Emperor is the equivalent of Odin. And like how Odin wields mighty Gungnir, his spear, the Jade Emperor wields the 10 rings. The 10 rings give Shang-Chi the power of the gods. The wielder of the 10 rings has complete control over them mentally. They can grow and shrink and can be used to grab, strike, lift, and can be used to entrap people. They can also be used to strike down multiple opponents at the same time. The rings also allow Shang-Chi to levitate. Shang was able to use the rings to lift up a huge chunk of rock. He can also use them to seemingly emit energy. Recently, Shang-Chi became leader of the Five Weapons Society, and he has transformed it from an organization dedicated to crime to one dedicated to protecting the world. Shang is able to lead the group along with his other long-lost half-siblings and his full-blooded sister, Shi Hua, each of them representing a house of the Five Weapons Society. Shang has stepped up as leader of the Five Weapons Society and has shown his great leadership qualities. He now has a whole network of warriors at his command, and his own helicarrier. And when faced with the temptation of all this power, and the temptation of the 10 rings, to become like his father Zhang Zhu, Shang was able to resist and prove himself a true hero. So from Zhang Zhu trying to create a weapon out of Shang for his own personal gain, he ended up creating a bright light. Although Shang-Chi's father was evil, he was able to take wisdom from him. Shang-Chi once said this, "My father has often said to me, a man may not be too careful in his choice of enemies. For once he has chosen, he has forfeited a friend." These are the words my father has lived by, for he is Zhang Zhu, and his life is his word. Shang-Chi was able to take this kind of unwavering resolve that his father had, but use it to do something good for the world. And even though Shang-Chi has dedicated his life to self-discipline and becoming an ultimate warrior, he can still offer a sweet smile and a wise word. I'll end the video with a quote from Shang. "I am calm in a raging sea. I am tradition that buttresses the future. I look back at who I was and understand who I have become. I am the old ways from which we came. I am here because the universe demanded it. I am calm in a raging sea. I am the old ways from which we came. I am the dragon. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like Shang-Chi, a brand new series is coming out this July. Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, #1.